Hello, hello. Welcome back to Take It Home. I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marisa.
So on today's episode, we're going to be asking the question, are men okay? I don't know. I really don't. But first of all, we're going to tell you guys our drink of the night.
Yes.
So I got us this chilled red wine. It's called Celine, and it's from France. That's all I have to say about it.
I love the graphic design.
Yes.
That's what I pick my wine based off of.
Me too.
So.
How it looks. And this one kind of looks like an olive, I thought too.
It does.
I thought it was an olive from afar.
It's really cute. I'm excited to try it.
The man who sold this wine to me, he was okay. He was very nice. He gave me a discount on it, actually. So shout out, Mike. Thank you. All right, let's try it. Cheers. Eye contact.
Okay. It's good. I really like it. I've been into a chilled red. Not your mouth noises. People are going to get mad at you.
I know. Sorry, everyone.
Fuck.
Did you spill it?
No, I just burned my hand on incense.
Oh.
I'm okay, everyone.
Everyone. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Holy shit, that scared me.
I'm glad you're okay.
But it's all good. It was just some ashes.
Yeah, we thought we might need a little drinky drink for tonight's episode.
Yes.
And also, before we get into our topic, we need to share one thing that made us smile this past week. I will begin. One thing that made me smile was I made homemade pesto. So I've been trying to eat on the FODMAP diet. I do not really believe in diet culture, depending on, I don't know what it's for, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm intolerant to. I definitely have some kind of intolerance, either garlic or onions or lactose or something. So it pretty much eliminates lots of things that can irritate your sensitive tummy. I'm sorry, that was so gross.
I hated that. Holy shit.
So I made low FODMAP pesto, aka pesto without the garlic, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was good. I did try it. It was good.
You like? Okay, good. Yeah. So that's my thing that made me smile.
My thing is something that's been periodically making me smile throughout the week. So I listened to the amazing Mel Robbins podcast.
She's
I love her. The author of The Let Them Theory. If you know it, it's life-changing. But
if you know, you know.
I've been listening to her podcast a lot, and she talked about this thing, looking for hearts throughout your day.
Like literally the shape of heart?
Yes. So like looking for the shape of a heart anywhere you can find it throughout your day.
I see one.
Yes. And that's like an actual heart. There's like a little paper cutout heart in Noelle's mirror. But like, and there's a heart above
And there's a heart above us.
Like a big fat heart. But like when you're walking to work, you might see a heart shape in like the pavement or in a leaf or something, like somewhere where there's not really like supposed to be a heart, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of, the whole concept is, it's kind of the whole concept of what makes you happy. It's like once you start looking for hearts, your brain is trained to look for the hearts.
That's so sweet.
So it's like a little activity to show that you can change the way your brain functions.
Oh, I love that.
But it's been making me smile every time I see a heart, and I've been taking a little picture of it every time, and I'm going to create an album on my phone called Hearts.
Wait, that's so cute.
So it's just going to be a bunch of hearts that I
Oh
find.
my gosh, you're going to be smiling so much.
Literally yesterday, it made me smile because I came home and I was walking up the little stairwell in our apartment, and I found this like weird piece of paper, like I don't know if it was like an old receipt or like some tissue or something, but it was like crumpled up on the stair, flattened in the shape of a heart. And I took a picture of it. I was like, oh my God, a heart.
I'm excited to see this album.
I know. So I think I'm going to keep it up because it makes me happy. And
That's so sweet.
yeah.
She put my name in yellow hearts.
You are always referencing something that I have no idea what it is. What is that?
Like a song, but it was on TikTok, I think, a TikTok
Really?
song.
I don't know it.
You said anxiety earlier too, and it took everything in me to not go, my anxiety, somebody's watching me. Oh, because
That one I do
didn't
know.
want to keep interrupting you.
Trigger warning for this episode, guys. It does contain talks of sexual harassment. So if you feel like you can't handle that today, towards the end of the episode, feel free to skip and sit this one out. Love you.
Love you. Well, shall we get into our topic?
Oh, yes, we shall.
All right.
Noelle's going to shine in this episode because
Yeah.
she just has many funny stories that I've been witness to that pertaining to men. Oh, I wanted to do a little disclaimer. Y'all, we're not man haters. This is supposed to be light and funny and fun, and we're just talking about some of our like weird date experiences, funny stories that have to do with men. Do I genuinely pose the question, are men okay? Yes.
Yes. I think most of them aren't. I have plenty of straight cis male friends who are lovely, loved
Yes.
to death. However, I have also had way too many encounters with men that are weird and problematic and are not okay.
Yeah. But we're not trying to generalize all men, okay?
Let's generalize about men.
Here comes the reference. That one I do know.
Yeah. Crazy ex-girlfriend, Rachel Bloom. Okay. So I think today we're just going to be sharing some stories that kind of prove our point that men may not be okay.
They may not be.
And this is unfortunately where I shine. So let's begin. We're trying to keep our stories light today, too. Both of us have definitely had some more depressing, not funny
Yes.
experiences with men, but we're trying to keep it light and funny today with our stories rather than traumatic. One era of my life when I really posed the question, are men okay, was 2023. The eye patch era, as I like to call it. So for those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of you, because why would you know this? I have a prosthetic eye. I'll probably do an entire episode on it later on, but that's just something to know about me. And I was having some major issues with it a couple of years, and so I was wearing an eye patch for 6 months. And, you know, of course, I like to keep it light and fun. I like to wear my cheetah print eye patches. I like to wear glitter eye patches, whatever. However, men would not freaking leave me alone that entire time. And mind you, it was a traumatic time for me. It wasn't just like, I'm wearing an eye patch. It was like, I don't know what's wrong with my eye. I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to have to get surgery, but I don't even know what kind of surgery. Plus, like, all 25 years of my life at that point, just all of the trauma built up from that. I just said we're not talking about trauma. Here we are. Just kind of coming out. And so I, was talking to doctors all the time. I was talking to my therapist all the time. I was talking to my parents. I was talking to my friends. I was really, really worried and stressed about my eye. And so the last person or people that I wanted to talk about my eye with were strangers at bars and just around New York City. Yet, every single time I went out in public, men always had something to say.
It was so insane. Like,
it was insane.
It was very telling of like who's a nice normal person and who isn't.
And so some men would use it as a way to flirt with me. I'll just go ahead and tell a couple of stories. This one guy at a bar came up to me and said, what did he say? He said, "Do you only have one eye?" And I said, "Yeah, actually I do," which he wasn't expecting. And he was like, "Oh, and I was like, I actually do only have one eye and I'm kind of going through something right now and I don't really want to talk to you about it. And he was like, "Well, I just thought you were pretty and I didn't know how to talk to you." So one
fumbled.
example, he did fumble. Our conversation was longer than that, but a lot of like artsy Brooklyn guys were really into the eye patch in a way where they were fetishizing it. Like I remember one guy came up to me at a bar and was like, I've never spoken to this man in my life. He came up to me and he goes, I like you. And I said, really? What do you like about me? He said, I don't know. You're just different. The fuck? Like all you know about me is that I have an eye patch on. You know nothing.
But you're different.
But I'm different. And he could just tell. So things like that. Another story, and these are all eye patch related, but this happened constantly. But another one that sticks out in my mind, we were at a bar, of course, per usual, and a man comes up to me at the bar and he stands next to me and he goes, what happened to you? And I said, I don't really feel like talking about it. And then I like went away and sat at a table with my friends, and he comes and sits at our table and he was like, so you're not going to tell me what happened? I said, no, I really don't feel like talking about it right now. He said, well, I'm not leaving this table until you tell me what happened.
God, so entitled.
And I was like, I like really don't want to talk about this. My friends started getting mad. I was like, and then I finally just said, I am not interested in you. Like, I'm not attracted to you. And then that's what got him away. There was a time also, which I have to bring up, where Pete almost beat the shit out of a guy. We were at a bar. This guy was being so annoying. First of all, he comes up and starts talking to us, and he's like, being like,
dude,
you go.
This guy. A phone ringing.
This guy was, you guys, it was so weird. We were at Horses and Divorces. At the time, was our go-to spot in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg. And I don't even remember, we were just like making conversation with this guy. It somehow came up that he was a singer or like a musician. And we were like, oh my gosh, we're both singers too. Because that's literally what we've dedicated our lives to. And he was like, yeah, but are you like really singers though? And we were like, yeah, we are. We actually went to school for it. Like, that's what I've been doing. Like, I've been in voice lessons since I was 8. Like, and he was like, yeah, but have you like performed in front of people before? And we were like, yeah, we have. And he was like, yeah, but have you done like more than 50 performances?
He would not stop.
I am not joking. This is exactly what he was saying. He said, have you done more than like 50 like he was challenging us. He was getting really defensive. He didn't think that we were singers.
Oh my God.
So this guy was already just bad vibes.
He was already grinding our gears.
He was being really mean and just kept challenging us in that way, and like was just not pleasant to talk to. And I think at one point I literally looked at Noelle and I said, just stop answering.
Literally right in front of him, like he wasn't there. She was like, just stop responding. And then we both turned away and just were sitting at the bar while he was behind us, like pretending like he wasn't there. Like we're literally in middle school.
I mean, at that point, it did feel very juvenile. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So this is just a little snippet of who this man is, what our interaction prior was. I don't, it was all a blur. Probably had a few drinks in me, but we were outside ready to leave at one point, and he was also out there, and he was being a dick again. And at one point, he was just being an asshole, but he called you eye patch.
He was like, okay, eye patch.
He said, okay, eye patch.
And then Pete was like,
what
the fuck did you just say?
I got up in his face, y'all, and I was about to I don't know what I was about to do. But and it's so funny because I'm such a peacemaker, calm, like that's unlike me. But every now and then I will snap, and it's a snap. And I was really held back by the bouncer, and it was insane, but I was about to beat up this guy for Noelle. Because he called her eye patch like a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was crazy. And then another eye patch time. I remember when we were at the beach, all of these guys came up to me at the beach and they would cover one of their eyes with their hand and just come up to me and start laughing.
Yeah, we were out in a beach town in New Jersey. And it was even worse than New York people. It was actually like, it felt like a joke. I was like, this can't be real life. The amount of people that were like looking at you from across the bar, covering one of their eyes and like dancing, making eye contact with you.
And like making fun of me. It was so
sad.
fucked up. I had to teach a lot of guys lessons during that time, which so isn't my job, but I actually surprisingly did not really go off on anyone. I just had to, I made a couple of guys cry, actually. One guy, I remember being like, hey, like, I'm actually really, because he came up to me, of course, and was like, what's wrong with you? Like, why do you have an eye patch on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I really don't want to talk about it. And then he like they always all wanted to just know my business. And I was just like, buddy, like, I talked to my therapist about it. I talked to my doctors about it. I talked to my family and friends about it. I cry about this already every day. I'm actually at a bar right now with my friends and just want to forget about it and have fun. And it's really rude to just go up to someone with a difference and ask them what's wrong with them because you don't know what they're going through. Like, yeah, of course, it could be something as simple as like, I got LASIK eye surgery and the eye patch is coming off. But that's not the case. And that's why you don't go up to people and straight up ask them what's wrong with them. Because for me, it's been a lifetime of... Sorry if you just heard that noise in my throat. For me, it's been a lifetime of doctor's appointments, surgeries, issues, trauma, being made fun of. Like, and it's just constantly being brought back up. So anyways, yeah, that was the... Unfortunately, a lot of my bad experiences with men have revolved around how they react to my eye problems. It's so weird. I'm going to share one more story. This was actually not in my eye patch era. This was after. And then I'll give Pete the floor too. Okay, the story is so funny. Also having to do with my eye, unfortunately. But this one like makes me laugh. So I was dating this guy. You know what? I'm just going to say his name because it's the name of so many men. His name was Max. And so I was like casually seeing this guy, Max. He's so hot. He dresses well. However, he's a little bit of a dick. So I knew from the beginning, I'm like, you know what? He is not boyfriend material, but why not just like have fun with this hot guy? So we're dating, whatever. Eventually it comes up that I have a prosthetic eye. He says, he makes a joke. If you can't see me because you're listening on Spotify or wherever, I'm looking into the camera. He made a joke where he said, another hole for me to fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said my eye was another hole for him. And then just like was making jokes about it. And to me, it was like, I was opening up about something. I wanted him to be like, wow, like that's... And then he did say something. He was like, wow, like, I didn't know you could get any hotter. That's so cool. So eventually he like said, which is also like, okay, buddy. Anyways, so he just did not react well. And then I fully ended things with him after that. This was all over text also. So immature, sorry. But I was like, I actually don't think we should continue this. Like, making fun of my eye is just a no-no for me. That crosses a boundary, whatever. And so then he sends me this really long apology. He's like, sometimes I have a bad sense of humor. Sometimes my humor can be offensive. I really didn't mean to. Now that I know that it's something that bothers you and is serious to you, I won't make fun of it again, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, you know what? This man isn't going to be my boyfriend. I'll keep having fun. Yeah, smart move, Noelle, she said sarcastically. So I continue seeing him. And one day I'm hanging out with some of my friends, and my friend Sarah... Reminder, his name is Max. Sarah goes, how's Eric, by the way? And I was like, who's Eric? She was like, that guy you're seeing. I said, his name is Max. And then it was just this whole funny thing. So my friends and I started calling him Eric, of course. So he just became Eric to my friends and I. Like, I'd literally be like, okay, bye, Pete, I'm going to Eric's. And eventually I told him about it. I was like, yeah, by the way, my friends and I call you Eric. He did not like that. He was like... What, that's not my name. He was kind of joking about it though. He was like, if any of your friends call me Eric, I'm not responding. One time I texted him, I said, hey Eric, and he texted back and he said like, this number has been discontinued, blah blah blah. So we were like making jokes about it. But then this one time I texted him and said, hey Eric, and he said, next time I make fun of your eye, you'll know why. And then that's essentially where it ended. And he was like, I was like, me calling you Eric versus you making fun of my eye are so different, not on the same level. He said, I was trying to teach you a lesson.
Ew. Oh my God. Especially
what?
You guys having a sit down talk about what trauma you've been through in your life story and everything, and him still making that comment. Like,
and you know what?
Something not right up there. Something is not.
If he
right
has some
up there.
Eric trauma, if he has trauma where he was called
He was
Eric
bullied in elementary school
because everyone called him Eric, haha, Eric. Like, if you know what,
you never know.
I'm sorry, like, but he never seriously was like, hey, I know this is weird, but like, seriously, don't call me Eric. I would have like, he was always joking back with me about it, and also using it like to teach me a lesson. Okay,
Ew.
so that's my Eric story. Anyways, those are all of my eye-related stories having to do with men. Not all of them, but a few of them. And during all of my eye stuff with men, I've really wondered, are men okay? Because why
Yeah.
I would never fucking go up to someone and ask them what's wrong with them.
I know. I can't imagine, like, I don't know, just seeing someone who's clearly going through something and like immediately being like, what happened to you?
You don't
Or,
have an
what's
arm.
wrong with you? Yeah. Fucking weird. Like, it's just not normal. And so many of them seemed like they felt so entitled
Right?
to your story. And I just don't understand.
It was
where
never any woman.
exactly
A single woman did not ask me what was wrong with
it's
my
just
eye.
like there has to be some.
I'm like, is it because, I mean, depending on the type of man you are, if you're a straight cis white man, who hasn't gone through much. I mean, like, of course, I'm sure so many straight cis white men have gone through a lot, mental health struggles, whatnot, but it's like, you don't know what it's like to be objectified, I don't think, in a way. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say things that may seem problematic on here, but I'm like, is it just because you don't know what it's like to be different, and to you just see someone that's different and think, oh, I can ask them about that. Like, I feel like women, people of color, LGBTQ people, like, we all know what it's like to be oppressed in different kinds of ways. So is it just like we see someone and we're like, I see you, rather than being like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's truly a mystery. I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really crazy to witness. I love that you didn't let the eye patch, like, make you hibernate for 6 months. Like, you lived your life.
I couldn't.
And you went out, and I'm sorry, that does take fucking balls, because especially
It was hard.
when you were going through that, and like, none of those experiences stopped you from like living your life.
I will say, I did start dating someone during that time who it didn't work out with. He was never my person, but I think he did show me that guys can be normal.
Yeah.
He treated me really well. He never asked me about my eye until I was ready to open up about it, and he was very protective about it. So shout out to you, buddy. You know who you are.
Yeah, and of course, that just goes to show, like, not all men are that way. Of course.
Hashtag
It's just
not all men.
not all men, but a lot of men.
Yeah, but most men. That was kind of a joke, my hashtag not all men. It's crazy, though.
I've just had, like, I don't know, some wah experiences dating. Just some, like, funny, silly date stories where it's like, ooh, this is just not the vibe.
Dude.
My first Hinge date in New York, I was catfished, y'all.
Yep, it's true.
It wasn't crazy, like, it wasn't like an old man or anything, but
He did not look like the photos.
let's just say he did not look like his photos whatsoever. And me being the nice person I am, I sat through the date. You know, it was fine. It was fine. We got coffee, so it wasn't like anything.
Did he pay?
No, I think he did buy my coffee.
Oh, okay.
We left that date and we never spoke again. I think it was mutually understood. Like, I I don't know
He
why.
probably saw you and was like, damn. He just knew. He was like, this will be the only time she'll go out with me.
I just don't understand
No offense,
catfishing.
buddy.
Catfishing with the intention of meeting a person. It's like, you're going to be found out. Like,
No. Yeah, like when you edit your photo. Okay, I get it. If people want to do a little Facetune here and there, if you want to make your teeth a little wider, if you want to, whatever. Not to sound, I personally don't do that.
Me either.
Because I think that society has fucked us all up and makes us feel like we all need to be perfect. And I just don't want to feed into that. But I have lots of friends who do. And no judgment. You can't judge either way because it's society's fault, bitches.
true. I do know my best angles, and, I put out my best self, which is what everyone, I think, isn't trying to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seemed like a different person. Like, almost like it could have been his brother or something. Like, it was like adjacent to what he looked like. But just fully, I was like, whoa. Yeah, we never spoke again. But I did run into him once because he was a musician of sorts. And I was in like a rehearsal practice space once. And I was going into the room because my session was about to start. And
Are you really a singer, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done more
Like,
than
have
50
you-
performances.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes me a singer. So as I'm walking into the room, when my session's about to start, he's in the room coming out, ending his session. And he was like, oh, hey, Maria, right? I was like, it's Marisa. But yeah, it was just funny. That was my first date.
I want you to talk about the date you went on. You know the one where you started off drinking kava.
Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I went on a date with this guy who was a bartender that I met one night. And we kind of like maybe followed each other on Instagram for a while or something. And I don't know how it came up, but he asked me to like get dinner. And we had like a pleasant time, I guess. It was like fine. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm super into him. But I was like, it was fine. Like, sure, I'll go on a second date. So he did ask me on a second date. And this is just where it went downhill. This was during the month of April. And for some reason, we were doing dry April.
Oh, yeah.
Where we both failed also.
Yeah, we both broke
it. It's so funny because I could easily do a dry month now because I just don't like drinking as much. But at the time, also April's a really bad month to choose because it's when it starts to get warm out.
Right? It's like...
And it's like you want to have that drink, that like glass of wine in the sun. You want to go to happy hour.
Especially in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everywhere, but...
I don't know why we chose to do dry April, but...
I don't know why we did that.
At the time I went on the second date with this guy, I was doing dry April. So he was like, do you want to get a drink? And I was like, well, I'm actually doing dry April. So I'd be down to go on a date, but like, I'm not drinking right now. So can we do something else? And he was like, yeah. And he recommended this kava bar, which if you're not familiar, it's sort of like similar to CBD. Like they make all these fun drinks and it's supposed to just like relax you and whatever. So we went there. This was during the day, by the way, like, and I kind of made the mistake of telling him my plans for the rest of the day. I had a massage booked that day. Let's say we met at 12 and my massage was at 4. I kind of made the mistake of being like, yeah, I have like the afternoon free. I have nothing to do until 4, right? Which I shouldn't have left it so open. Because after we had those kava drinks, he was like, do you want to get lunch? And I was like, sure, why not? Like, I could eat. My massage is in this area, so I have to hang out around here. So at this point, I'm not like having a bad time or anything. So I was like, yeah, sure. So we go and sit down in this restaurant and we get seated next to a table that has a baby. And he was so mad.
Was the baby crying?
I don't even think so.
It was
Maybe making baby noises and stuff. But like,
Goo goo gaga.
he was like so pissed off. He's like, I don't want to be sitting next to a fucking baby.
Dude.
And I was like, he was like, I mean, are you okay with it? Like, do you want to move tables? And I was like, I don't care either way. Like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, whatever. I come back. He's like, let's just go somewhere else. So we get up because he doesn't want to sit next to a baby. And we go to a whole nother restaurant. And
So weird.
the energy is starting to get awkward. And I don't know. He was just like getting weird. And then he was like, do you mind if I have a beer? because I was doing dry April, so I wasn't drinking, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like, have a beer if you want.
Which is fine, but I find that's weird.
I agree. Ideally, like, if I'm not drinking, like, why do you need to drink? Also, it's like lunchtime. I don't know. It was just like, red flag, maybe? I was like, yeah, sure, have a beer. So we have our food, and like, he has a beer. He might have had 2. I don't even know. He kind of like wanted to keep continuing. He's like, what do you want to do now? Do you want to walk around? I was like, okay, sure, yeah, because my massage isn't until 4. So hang on. So we're walking around. We walk by a bar. He's like, you want to go into this bar? I don't know why I kept agreeing to things, but like, I just felt like I was in a situation where I couldn't say no. I didn't know how to get out of it. Like, but we go sit in this bar, and I'm doing dry April. So I get this fake or like mock Negroni, because it was like the only mocktail they had on the menu. Mm-hmm. And he starts doing tequila shots, long story short.
By himself while you're doing dry April on a date.
Yeah. So at this point I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my massage, and he like walked me there, and that was that. But he asked me on a third date, and I was like, I had a nice time. I vibe with you as a person and friend, but I just romantically, I just don't think it's there. So I'm not really looking to continue date. Like, I sent like a very clear message, and he like asked me out again, and just wasn't getting the message, I guess.
How do you not get the message after you explicitly say, I am not interested in more than a friendship?
Yeah.
Like, hello. Knock,
I
knock.
know.
Who's there?
I just want to keep trying.
Not men.
So yeah, that was one of my like, not so good dates. I had like another weird date experience with this man who's actually a bit older. He was 32, and I think I might have been 24 at the time. Mm-hmm. And we went to a wine bar, and like all was well for a while. We're sitting across from each other at like this 2-person table, just sharing a bottle of wine, having conversation, whatever. And at the most like random ass, we might have been sitting there for maybe not even an hour, like 45 minutes at this point. He just leans over the table and kisses me, like in the most casual way, like you would have thought we'd been dating for a while at that point,
The
and it's just like,
of that makes me cringe so bad for some reason.
We're
like a first date, and your first kiss is him leaning across the table just to be like,
yeah.
oh,
and of course it's
God.
like, I really should have rejected it, but in that moment it just, yeah.
Have you rejected a kiss before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same. It's awkward.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
But no, I feel like it's an impulse. Like, oh my God, do you remember that finance bro I went on the date with who, like, he ended up, like, I went back to his apartment and he got completely naked for no reason because he said he was bitten by a shark or something. Like, and he wanted to show me his scars, and he had to get completely naked to show me.
Where was the scar?
And I was fully clothed, and then I left. Like, on his back or something.
Got completely naked? Mm-hmm. That's really weird.
And then I left. Like, I wasn't... Dude. I made it very clear, too. I was like, I'm just letting you know I'm not hooking up with you. I said, wait, you were bitten by a shark? Where is it? Dude, he had to get completely naked to show me.
This has to be his thing.
He's like, well, yeah, I was bitten by a shark. So, and I'm like, oh my God, where? And he's like, do you want to see? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like,
he strips down.
I just have to show you my dick in order. So pretty much
insane.
I dodged his kiss. Because he kissed me. I don't know why I went back to his place. I just felt, I don't know. It was like a block away. I was like, you know what? Sure. But when he tried to kiss me at the bar, and he leaned in so quickly, and I fully dodged it. And he was like, whoa. Like, he was really taken aback and really offended. He was like, what? Like, why did you, like, dodge my... I was like, I don't know. Because I'm not into you, buddy. Yet I still went back to his place. So what does that say about me?
Yeah. Just to look at his shark bite and everything else. I've like dodged people trying to kiss me, like...
Andy started playing guitar.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Strips down naked to show you his shark bite and is playing guitar. Like, what is it? This is a movie. I've like dodged people trying to kiss me like in clubs and stuff.
Ew.
You know, like
Okay, I loved that shit in college. Maybe in my early 20s. Now it depends. I did have an experience where I made out with someone on the dance floor. It was British boy, R.I.P. Like a couple months ago, and that was fun because I actually thought he was really cute. But most of the time, I feel like my standards have just raised a lot, and I'm like, a lot of the guys that I would have just like made out with for fun in college, no thanks. Not like I don't want you to kiss me.
I know.
I don't know you.
like kissing is
Go away.
I have to be
into you.
Yeah. Jinx. Circling back to what I was saying about the clubs, I find it really hard to balance just trying to be nice to people and having a conversation and not it being an invitation to just like you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I'm a nice person and I don't like to look like some and like I don't want to talk to you, but sometimes I feel like I need to like be cold and standoffish for men to understand that I'm not interested, you know, in that way.
Yes.
I don't like being like that because every time I've tried to just be nice and be myself and have a conversation, it just always ends up seeming like some invitation to, you know,
literally smile at a man and they'll like assume that you want to fuck them immediately. It's so annoying.
I just had another, I remembered another story. We went to a bar and there's these two men and Noelle and I are sitting there, and so of course two men see us and they're like, okay, one for you, one for me, and like each one goes up to Noelle and one comes up to me. The guy I was talking to he was sitting too close to me for comfort also, and like I kept like trying. He had to have seen from my body language I was like backing up, like
they don't understand body language.
he's like in my face and I'm just like, this is really, you're really close to me, like what the hell. But he's asking me like interview questions. I felt like I was being interviewed, like we weren't having a conversation. He was like, so where do you see yourself in 5 years, and like stuff like that. And I was like, I was like, I cannot handle this right now. I was like, I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where I see myself in 5 years. Why are you asking me that? Like, and all of his questions were of that nature. And then I just felt like I started acting like a bitch because I'm like, how else do I show you that I'm not interested? I don't know.
I don't even remember what my guy was talking to me about.
I was like, SOS, Noelle.
I don't think I was into the guy talking to me either. Yeah. Was I?
We like never are. It's very rare to actually be like interested.
I know. That's why, rest in peace, British man. I was really interested in him and he ruined it, you guys.
I know. I feel like with the culture of dating apps and everything, like it's hard to even get approached nowadays. I mean, not always, but like approach genuinely, not this weird, like, I don't know, hookup culture stuff. I don't know.
The thing that sucks is I think the type of guys that you and I are into would never approach a girl at a bar.
I know.
Like, I've dated a couple of guys, even Max, that like, even though he was so hot, so well dressed, whatever, an asshole, kind of cocky. That was one thing about him. He was like, I only go on dates with girls from apps. He was like, I would never talk to a pretty girl in person. He was like, I just feel like they get approached all the time. Like, that's annoying. And like, same with like other guys I've dated being like, I would literally never walk up to a pretty girl and ask her on a date.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because it's like, it feels impossible to meet people in the real world unless you're like meeting a friend of a friend or something. Because everyone just has their apps now and everyone resorts to that. But yeah, some crazy stories.
I want to talk about my most recent date I went on.
Please talk about that.
You guys. I feel bad because he's really nice. Well, actually, he didn't tip the bartender, so is he that nice?
He didn't tip the bartender like anything?
No.
That's crazy.
And because I always pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Because that's just... Me personally, I've worked in the service industry. I've worked at restaurants. I work in a job where I get tipped now, too. Servers work to get tips. They don't get paid enough from their company. Always tip. Yeah. Anyways, that was a side note. But I went on a date with this guy. It was actually a third-ish date, kind of. But I don't know. It was weird. I kind of knew the first couple of dates. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by him. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this guy. But then my friend, like, kind of forced me to go on a date with him, low-key. because she was setting us up. And I was like, okay, fine. So I was pleasantly surprised on our first date. I was like, okay, he's cuter than I thought he would be, and he's really chill. Cool. And then, like, we go on a second date, and the second date, I was like, I don't see us dating seriously, but, like, he's nice, whatever. But then, like, we didn't see each other for a while because he doesn't live in the city, and I just kind of lost interest over time. And he was like, I might be getting back around, like, 9. He was like, is that too late for us to go on a date? And I was like, no, that's fine. It was a Friday night. He ends up being like, sorry, everything's delayed. Like, would you be able to meet at 11:30 p.m.? The fuck? No. 9 o'clock and 11:30 are so not the same. We went on a date on his birthday. He asked me if I want to go back to his friend's apartment where he's staying to play Dungeons and Dragons, which I've never played before. So I don't really know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, I think I would maybe like it. But I was like, you know what? How far away is your friend's apartment? And he said it was like within a 10-minute walk. So I was like, sure, let's go back. So I hang out with him and his friend, and I was just kind of like, it is like 1 a.m. Like, what is my purpose for being here? Like, and then what really sent me over the edge, you guys, get ready for it. At one point, there was an awkward silence, and the guy I was on the date with goes, do you guys hear that? And of course, I'm like looking around trying to figure out what he's talking about. Yeah, then he farts. On purpose. Yeah, it was all part of a bit. And you know what? All fine and dandy. I think farts can be funny. I think poop jokes can be funny. Not on a third freaking date. Buddy, you have to earn your fart privileges. Yeah. Aren't you trying to impress me at this point still, too? And also, Max would fart in front of me a lot, too.
Yeah.
Like, loud. He'd fart really loud, and then he wouldn't acknowledge it, which was
so weird.
Like, you not acknowledging it is so weird.
Like, the first time he farted in front of you, he didn't say anything?
It was just like, he blamed it on his dog as a joke. It literally was so loud, too. It was literally like... And then he was like... My dog is just gassy. And I was like...
Dude, that's so... I'd be scared.
I'm like,
not normal.
Is there something wrong with me? Why do men think it's okay to fart in front of me? Is it because I'm like...
Maybe you're just so welcoming and they feel comfortable around you.
Well, you shouldn't.
See, it's one thing to fart on accident. Yeah. It's another to fart on purpose.
And then so I called my Uber because I was just like, why am I here?
That story is shocking. When you first told me,
I didn't want to tell you.
I know. You were like, I don't know, like, Pete, I don't think I'm into it. There's something he did that I really don't like, and I really don't want to tell you. And of course, I was like, well, now you have to tell me. But I was not expecting that. And I understand why you didn't want to tell me.
It's embarrassing. My dad found out about it, and he was so mad. I am so lucky. I have the most amazing dad ever. Are men okay? Most of them know. We're both lucky to have really great dads. That's not something a lot of people can say. And I think I have the opposite of daddy issues, where I grew up thinking, like, men are awesome and they treat women with respect and they're really cool. Nope. I had a
rude awakening.
Very rude awakening. But my dad was furious, which I actually thought was funny because I wasn't expecting him to be mad. He was furious when he found out this guy farted in front of me. He was like, that is disrespectful to my daughter and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like, I don't think it's that deep. I just more thought it was an ick, but like love that he thought that. I mean, yeah. And if you're my boyfriend, you can fart in front of me once we get there. But I need you to be nervous about it. Here's the thing. I need you to be nervous about it. I need you to be scared to fart in front of me because you want to impress me. Bud. Okay, that's all.
No.
Men are so weird. Also, catcalling. Should we talk about catcalling?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
We are catcalled so much, and it's so weird.
I think just the concept of it baffles me because, like, what are these men thinking that it's doing? I know it's probably like a power thing, which is horrible in itself. But like, what you think that I'm going to be like, oh, hi, oh my God, thank you. Like, can I come into your car? No. it's like the opposite. Like, do they not know that it's...
Oh my God.
But I guess it's a power thing. Like, they want to feel powerful because they know, maybe they know women don't like it, or...
I was talking to my friend Ben about catcalling. Shout out Ben. He is one straight, cis, white dude that I love so much. Thank you, Ben, for being a good guy. But I was talking to him about it. I was like, why the fuck do men catcall? He was like, he agreed. He was like, I think it is just like a power thing. Like, I think these guys low-key like don't get girls, and it's their way of just like feeling
it's
like
almost,
they're in power.
it's almost like they know that, you know, nothing's gonna come of it, so
Dude.
it's like a passing moment. It's almost like hiding.
I saw this TikTok the other day that was feeling so insecure that I put on a hot outfit and walked past a construction site.
Oh my God, the construction sites. Yeah, it'll do it.
They are
Whether
always saying
you're saying something or whether it's just the stares that you can feel, it's kind of crazy. I remember this one time, and it's not about what you wear. I've been in all kinds of things. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, I can be in the baggiest outfit ever and it'll still happen. But there was this one time I wore a like tennis skirt. Like, what do you call it? Like a workout skirt?
Yeah, like an athletic skirt.
Athletic skirt. Yeah. And I was like, I think I just got catcalled 5 times in the 30 seconds it took me to walk down our street.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of scary.
Dude, one time I was wearing an athletic skirt and the same thing happened to me. This was actually in one of my sublets before we even moved here. I would put on an athletic skirt. I remember I felt so cute that day. I was like, oh, I look so cutie. Walk out of my apartment, walk down the block. Within 30 seconds, this was maybe one of the worst catcalls I had. A man yelled to me, I want to hurt what's under that skirt.
Ew.
You want to hurt? What's like, that's so fucked up on so many levels. Like, you want to hurt?
That's disgusting. It's really
Are
scary.
you fucking kidding me? And I literally started crying after that. Like, I mean, because sometimes it gets to you. Like, being catcalled, it's like, whatever. Half the time I have my headphones in, I don't listen. Even though the other day a man murmured under his breath. I walked past, he goes, beautiful. Fucking freak.
Scary.
Creepy.
Oh my God. I have a story about
Wait, what is it? Tell me now.
the guy from the theater I worked at.
Oh my God. You have to talk about him.
Yeah.
Bro. Crazy type shit.
Noelle saying that you are a beautiful thing reminded me of this story I have about a man at this theater I worked at. During college, I worked at a theater during the summer, and we were in like cast housing, and it was this little really bad like shed housing and and all of the cast members lived in it because the theater was pretty secluded, so there weren't many other places for people to go, but there were like cast members of all ages, and there was this older man probably in his at the time I was in college, so I think I was 21 and he was probably in his 40s, so he was significantly older than me. He was really creepy to me, and we're living in the same space, so we are sharing shower space and bathroom and whatever, kitchen. There was this one time when he would just always like make little comments to me, but I came out of the bathroom in my robe from just showering, and like he was in the kitchen, and like the bathroom was right off of the kitchen, so I like saw him and was like, oh hi, and we're like having a little conversation, whatever. I go back to my room, I get a Facebook Messenger message from him after just talking to him in the kitchen that said, your outfit today in rehearsal reminded me of Audrey Hepburn, you looked so pretty.
So weird.
Mind you, what was I wearing? I think I was just wearing
like leggings.
Like black leggings and a black shirt, maybe some like cool earrings. And he was like, your outfit reminded me of Audrey Hepburn. You looked so pretty during rehearsal.
Like, did he just want to say that? Like,
yeah, I guess so. And it's like, you couldn't say it to my face when I came out of the shower in my robe. You had to wait till I got back into my room when we're still in the same house and message me on Facebook. Like, just little weird things like that would make me uncomfortable. There's probably things that I even forgot. But there's this one time we were backstage like during a show, and we had like separate dressing rooms, but then there were mirrors outside of the dressing rooms, off stage, so you could like look at yourself, fix things if you needed to, like before going on stage. And I was like looking in the mirror once, fixing my hair or something before I was about to go on stage, and he walks by me and he's like, "You're so fucking pretty."
That is one of my favorite stories of all time.
I know. And
That's so
it was really creepy because he didn't say it. He didn't like say it to me.
He didn't like say it to me. He was like walking past me and like said it under his breath. Like walking past me like, "You're so fucking pretty." And it was like so aggressive.
That is weird as hell.
Yeah, it was weird as hell.
You're so fucking
but
pretty.
you want to know the fucking plot twist? Cherry on top.
Wait, what is it?
His girlfriend comes to see the show from out of town.
Of course.
So the whole time, I know there were other things too that he said and did, and I can't remember them because those were the two things that stuck out. There was this really weird story. Oh my God. I came into the kitchen once and he was making chicken. And he was like, "Oh, I made chicken if you want to like have a piece of chicken." And at the time, cooking was like hard there. It was a shared space, plus it was kind of gross. So like I didn't really like using the appliances to cook. And so he made chicken, and he had this like sheet pan tray of chicken, like baked chicken, and it had this like sort of glaze over it. And I was like, he made chicken. He's offering
Take a shot
some
every
chicken.
time Pete says chicken.
Chicken. So I had a piece of chicken, and you guys, to this day, I can't describe the taste, but it was the worst thing I ever tasted. It was scary.
You've never told me about this.
I haven't. That's crazy. It was really scary, and it was just him and I in the kitchen. And I like sit down next to him with the chicken he made, and I take a bite of it, and it's like gag reflex immediately. I don't know what he put on that chicken, you guys, but it was like gag reflex immediately. But he's sitting right next to me, so I'm like, okay, this chicken, and I like literally like have to like hurry up and swallow it, and then I'm like, what do I do? Because I have this piece of chicken that tastes like the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Wait, what did it taste like?
I don't know. I can't describe it. It's like nothing I've ever tasted before, but I don't know how you mess up chicken that bad. Like, it was so scary. It didn't taste edible. Like, it didn't taste like food things that you put on chicken, like sauces and things and seasonings that you put on chicken. It did not taste like that. I don't know what he did, but it was so bad. And so I had to like, now I'm like sitting here talking to him, and I have his chicken that he made on my plate, and I cannot eat it because I'm like literally going to throw up. And I had to like wait for a moment where he like looked away, or like got up and looked away, and I like put it in the trash can. And I was like, I have to go to bed. Yeah, so that was another weird story about him, but those are the three moments that stick out.
Dude, I did not know about the chicken.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't tell you that. It was kind of traumatizing.
Wait, what? Like, it was that bad?
Yes. I wish you could taste it. Like,
wait, I wish I could taste it too, just so I could know.
Yeah, it was like my gag reflex was immediately triggered. Like,
how did he make it? Like, was it in a pan? Was it baked?
It looked like it was baked because it was like a bunch of pieces lined up on a sheet tray pan.
Okay. Was it chicken breast?
It was like chicken breast. And it had this like glaze over it.
And
it
was
like,
he eating it normally?
I think so. I think he had already eaten it. I don't know.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah. That was this guy. And then turns out after the whole run of the show flirting with me, or not really flirting with me, being creepy towards me, turns out he has a girlfriend.
Of course.
And I was like, oh, really? That's crazy.
Course. How old was she? Like his age?
Yeah,
of course.
Seemed like it.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was in high school, I worked at this restaurant in my hometown, and I was 17 at the time. And all of the guys in their older 20s would always flirt with me, and they would explicitly say to me, "When is your 18th birthday, Noelle?"
So
and
disgusting.
I thought at the time I was such hot shit. I was like, damn, all these older guys are into me. Like, I'm hot, whatever. Now that I am 27 years old, I'm like, that is so fucking weird, gross, fucked up. Like, what do you what do you mean?
Yeah.
You guys were waiting for my 18th birthday. What do you mean?
Imagine now, like being your age. No. Like
A
that's
17-year-old? Hell no.
I don't even want to date someone who's 24.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
27. Like,
literally.
I don't know. It's just disgusting. And speaking of that, I had a similar experience in music studio growing up. I used to be in a girl group. And I could delve into this because it's kind of heavy. Like, it was kind of bad. Yeah, he would make comments. Like, there were 4 of us. We were all under 18 except one girl. And he would make comments about, and this producer man, it would be like the 4 of us and him by ourselves with him, like in the studio for hours. And he would make comments to the 18-year-old being like, you're my legal one. Like, I wish you were naughty. He said those words. They're ingrained in my brain.
You're my legal one. I wish you were naughty.
Like,
the fuck?
holy shit. Yeah. So many other things that he said and did that were horrible. The first day we met him, he was like, whatever happens in the studio, like, stays in the studio. Like, we don't need to talk to our parents about what happens.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to look at all of our boobs and guess our bra sizes as...
Like, like, did you show your nipples?
No. Just
But
like...
still.
No, not... Yes. But like through our clothes. He like looked at each of us, looked at our boobs and like guessed like what each of our bra sizes were. That was our first day. Yeah, so you can imagine what... Everyone's okay. Like, nothing physical ever happened.
Thank God.
To my knowledge. Except he did slap one girl in the ass once. But like nothing like that ever happened, but it was all verbal, like, harassment for months. I could go on and on about this, man. But yeah, disgusting.
I have one final story.
Tell it.
Well, I have millions and trillions of stories, but this is the last one I'm going to share today. I'm not going to say the name of this person, but I had this like mutual connection with a famous Broadway male performer who, if you know musical theater, you all probably know and love, Loki, but
very famous.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend, and this mutual friend texted him and was like, this girl Noelle just moved to New York City. She's an actor. Like, could you give her advice? Whatever. He follows me on Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, yay. Like, I get some acting advice from this cool Broadway star. That's awesome. So I sent him this long, like, professional message pretty much being like, hello, like, what advice do you have to someone who's just trying to get their foot in the industry, you know, just like whatever basic cheesy shit. He responds and he's like, good, lots of good questions, Noelle. Ones that can only be answered in person, like something along those lines. And to me, I'm like, okay. And he's like, me and my girlfriend would love to like get a drink with you sometime soon if you want to talk to us, like, and I can answer these questions in person. And I was like, okay. And he's like, are you free tomorrow? And I was like, I'm not free tomorrow, but I could be free the next day. He was just very eager to see me looking back. And in the time I was like, wow, he is so nice. Like, he cares about me. Like, maybe he thinks I'm talented, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We end up getting drinks. I show up, girlfriend nowhere to be seen. I thought we were meeting with him and his girlfriend. I'm kind of like, weird, but okay. We sit down. We barely talk about any acting stuff. And there were just multiple moments where, like, I know this man wanted me. Sorry. Like, we laughed at one point and he, like, touched my arm. And, towards the end, he paid for my drinks and I actually had to go. I was the one to be like, I'm late I was literally half an hour late to my acting class. But I was just having this New York moment where I was like, I'm getting drinks with this famous man. Like, I'll be late to acting class, whatever. He's like, if you didn't have to go, like, I would want to buy you another drink. Just things that are very like, okay. And granted, who knows if he would have actually hooked up with me. Nothing happened. We didn't even kiss. But then, like, I run into him again, like, a month later or so. Like, he had messaged me after that, like, I don't know, like, we weren't like talking consistently, but like we were in each other's lives on Instagram. I run into him like a month later. He's with his girlfriend at the time. And I'm like, hi, like, how are you? And he's like, I'm good. Like, good to see you. then that was it. It was very standoffish. And then he messages me. I did not message him. He messages me and he's like, good to see you, even though it was only for 1 second. We're due for a proper catch up soon. So I'm like, okay, like I'm free. Like these days next week. Reads it, never responds. And now he's so cold to me. Like so cold. So I'm like, either one, he just like realized it was fucked up that he was like he was flirting with me. He was not so eager to see me because he's like, let me really help this new actor girl. No, that is not why this man was so eager to see me. And the fact that he said his girlfriend would come and then she just like wasn't there and he didn't say anything about it. That's weird. Two, I think he has a history of cheating also. And like, I am low-key so his type. I am similar to his ex and his current person. So it was just like weird.
Odd behavior.
And I'm not gonna lie, he's hot. So like, I would not have done anything because I don't want to ruin his partner's, like, yeah. I don't want to be a part of that. But like, I mean, in the moment, I was kind of like, this is crazy. I just felt like it was crazy. But like really looking at it, I'm like, this is so fucked. Like he took this like young girl who's like new to the industry. I also didn't think he realized how connected I was too. Like because I hadn't been on Broadway, I just moved from North Carolina. I think maybe he thought like this random ass girl. But like we have so many mutuals. Mm-hmm. It's not just like that one. It's like I am in like the same circles as you. Now, yeah. Like he's been in shows with friends that I have, like, so I don't think he realized that. But yeah, that was crazy too. And another example of men like not really being okay. Like it's like he has this secret life.
Just like scary, odd behavior.
Right?
I don't like it.
Okay, do we want to share our final story?
Yeah.
Of know who?
Yes, we have.
Oh my God.
We're going to end the episode on this final story because it's actually something that happened to Noelle and I simultaneously
with the same person.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. Where to even begin with this? Because I haven't thought about this in a while.
We met him at a birthday party.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
So we went to this like Broadway girl's birthday party. A girl who's awesome. But there's this man there who just looked mysterious and like was wearing fancy designer clothes and stuff, whatever. And he starts talking to Pete and I. And he seems really nice and cool, chill, asking us about us and our work. And we're asking him about him.
And he's older.
He's older. Mm-hmm. Definitely like in his 40s. Mm-hmm. Maybe actually, I think he might be in his 50s.
Yeah, he's like late 40s, mid 40s to 50s.
Yeah. And so we find out that he's this big producer. Not as big as he says he is, but
turns out not as big as...
But he makes it seem like he is just the biggest, newest, upcoming Broadway producer. He's like, I want you to send me like videos of your performances soon and we'll be in touch. I have big things in the future for you guys. Mm-hmm. And we're just like, of course, naive. We believe it. I'm like, he literally tells me, he's like, I'm writing a musical with Carrie Underwood right now. And Noelle, I think like you'd be really good in it. Where is that? I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we both send him our materials, of course, and he responds and he's like, we need to get lunch. So he like takes the two of us out to lunch this one day, pretty much is like telling us that he's going to turn us into stars.
Yeah, that was the vibe.
And like he called me hot at one point too. He was like,
so he would say weird things. Like he said that I had Latin fire. I am not Latina. And he just like would assume things about me and you, and like
he would assume a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like especially about you.
Yeah, he also like didn't know what, like, because I was at that point really pushing my songwriting and like my album and my music that was about to come out. Mm-hmm. So for me, the aspect he wanted to write with me. He was like, I want to write a musical with you, like, because he loved in what is this,
quotations
my music, because I sent him like one of my unreleased songs or like a couple of my unreleased songs, and he just hyped it up so much and was like, I want to write with you. Like, if you think you can shift into like the musical theater world a little bit, but still bring your style in, like, I'd love. So of course I'm like, why not? That doesn't sound crazy. Like,
Sounds like a great opportunity.
Right. But at this point, he doesn't even know that I'm like a performer. Like, I also do musical theater and I also like sing and I'm like interested in that. Like, he just kind of didn't, I don't know. He was so interested in us, but it was kind of not genuine because he really didn't know a lot about us.
No,
like,
not
tried
at
to
all.
understand us at all. Like, I remember at the lunch we had, he like had us read from his script that he had written, and it was so fucking weird. We were like sitting at the table and he was like, I want you girls to read this scene. Oh my god, I hate
That was
like
weird.
thinking about this.
So
But-
we read his scene that he wrote,
yeah, and then listen to some of the songs, and
which the music was beautiful.
yeah, definitely. I
Book,
think
eh.
he was a writer and he is talented, but
Yeah.
it was just like really weird vibes.
Very.
Then what happened? Then he basically turned it into, I want you girls to write a musical for yourselves. And being the people that we are,
We were like, okay.
yeah.
We started writing a musical, and we had like Zooms with him where we would like check in and talk about the musical and stuff.
And we did have a Zoom meeting with him where we wanted to share our ideas of what we had brainstormed. And I remember he made this weird comment. I was like, I want to say something about, like, we want it to be about like the womanly experience. And he was like, well, don't use that word, womanly. Do you remember that?
yeah.
I'm like, that's sexist as fuck.
What even happened after that? Why did we like stop Zooming with him at first?
Well, I think we started to realize that his behavior was weird and something was
Yeah.
off and it was fishy. And
we
that
started getting weird vibes.
slowly just like pulled away from him. But we also found out that he has some,
Yeah. So what really, we were already starting to get weird vibes, and I was at an audition one day, and I saw the girl whose birthday party we met this guy at. And I mentioned to her something about working with this man, and she literally pulled me into a corner. She was like, come with me. And she was like, you need to stay far away from that man. And I was like, oh, what? And she was like, he was really creepy and weird during rehearsals. Like, a lot of the women in his show aren't coming back to it because of him. Like, he's like grabbed people, like women, by the wrists in rehearsals. Like, women don't allow other women to, like, pretty much it was a whole known thing within all of the cast. Like, don't let anyone be in a room by themselves with him. Just like all this stuff. She was like, stay away from him. And I was like, fuck. And like, young naive me really thought, I was like, wow, like, he's gonna be our big break. Like, me and Pete we're finally like someone seeing our talent, whatever. That was just such a bad day too, because that happened, and then the music director for the audition I was going in for wasn't very nice either, and it was just like a day of men being insanely disappointing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's
we
really
stopped
sad.
working with him just because I don't know what would have happened if we continued. Like,
It just felt like a lot of empty promises.
yeah, it was a lot of empty promises.
What the whole thing was. A lot of empty promises.
He was like our secret. Not in a weird way. We were just like, this man is making us famous. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't tell people because we didn't want to jinx it. We were like, oh my God, our big break is coming. Nope.
Gosh.
He said a lot of bullshit too. Like, he was like, I'm in talks with Sutton Foster for new music. No, you are not. Sutton Foster is not talking to you about your new musical,
Yeah.
buddy.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we probably have so many more stories, but
So
we're going
many.
to probably end it here because we've been recording for a while, and I'm sure we'll circle back to this topic at some point.
we definitely will. So much to say.
You know, dating and dealing with men and being a woman, and, you know, there's a lot to talk about.
There is. So, wait, did we answer the question? Are men okay?
Some men are.
And most aren't. Some are.
And why? You know, that's something that needs to be taken more seriously. I think it's men's. Is it because they don't feel like they can show their emotions, so things get bottled up and they just manifest in like a weird
I definitely think that's part of it. So yeah, I mean, of course, like, it's not fair to women and people who aren't men that a lot of men's behavior affects us negatively. However, men's like mental health and their emotions do need to be taken seriously from the moment they're born, and then maybe this shit wouldn't be as bad.
Definitely, it all circles back to mental health, right?
Yeah.
So I do have compassion and empathy, and I'm not trying to generalize men, but damn, some of these men need to get their shit together and stop traumatizing women.
Please, I'm done with that, buddy.
Me too. So what are we taking home today? What is the take it home?
We are taking home today that hashtag not all men, but hashtag most men are not okay. So be wary. That sounds so negative. But also know that there are good people out there too. If you're someone who is attracted to men, mainly cis straight men, there is someone for you.
There is. I think. Yeah.
I say that both of us are single. Neither of us have found those people, but I know it will happen.
The reason we're single is because we don't entertain people that aren't good enough for us. Like, you kind of have to have these experiences, like weed through the bad to get to the good, you know?
I'm so uninterested in someone coming in and ruining my life right now. Yeah. I'm really at peace. Like, I only want men that bring me joy.
I know.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode.
Yes, I hope it was fun. We did get a little more serious at the end there, but
it's hard
we had a good trajectory. We started off nice and light, and hopefully you got a good laugh.
Okay, so yeah, I guess take home with you to proceed with caution.
But
know that there is hope.
And there is hope.
Love you guys.
Follow us on our social media at Take It Home Pod. Send us a message on Instagram or TikTok or whatever if you have an idea for an episode topic or anything you want us to talk about. And be looking forward to a new episode every Thursday.
Yay! And that's your episode of Take It Home.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye. Love you guys.